Hello everyone, my name is Sabrena and I'm a programmer at the People's Library. Today for Storytime, I'm going to be reading Little Red Riding Hood. This book was copyrighted in 1992 by Shogo Harada, originally published by Joey Incorporated. It was also copyrighted in 1992 by Modern Publishing, a division of Unisystems Incorporated. Everyone in the village and woods knew Little Red Riding Hood from the red velvet cloak she always wore. One day, Little Red Riding Hood's mother asked her to take a basket of food to Grandmother, who was very ill. Little Red Riding Hood left at once, promising to stay on the path and go directly to Grandma's. On the way, Little Red Riding Hood met a big, furry wolf. "Where are you going, Red Riding Hood?" he asked in a friendly voice. "To Grandma's. She's ill." "Is it very far?" asked the wolf. "Not very," Red Riding Hood replied. "Which way is it?" "Just through the woods," she told him, pointing the way as she skipped along the path. "Wouldn't poor, sick Grandma like a bouquet of wildflowers?" the trickster suggested. "What a good idea!" said Red Riding Hood. She left the path to gather an armful of flowers. The crafty wolf ran ahead as quickly as he could to Grandma's cottage, thinking only of the fine lunch these two would make. The wolf knocked on the door with a gentle rap, rap, rap. "Who is it?" called Grandma. "It's Little Red Riding Hood," said the wolf. "Come in," sighed the frail old woman. With a hop and a skip, the wolf threw open the door and gobbled up Grandma in one big bite. The wolf quickly dressed in Grandma's nightgown and cap, then jumped into her bed. Pulling the covers up to his snout and the bed kept down over his eyes, he waited for Little Red Riding Hood. "Granny!" called Little Red Riding Hood at last. The door was open, so she tiptoed in so as not to wake Grandma if she were asleep. Little Red Riding Hood set the table with the cookies and juice from her basket. Then she arranged the flowers prettily in a vase. All the while the wolf watched with beady eyes from beneath the cap. Little Red Riding Hood crept quietly up to Grandma's bed. "Granny, such large eyes you have!" "The better to see you with, my sweet," sighed the wolf. "Granny, such big ears you have!" "The better to hear you with, my sweet," whispered the wolf. "Granny, such large hands you have!" "The better to hold you with, my sweet," spoke the wolf plainly. "Grandmother, such big teeth you have!" "The better to eat you with," shouted the wolf as he pounced from the bed to gobble her up in one little bite. "Oh my!" cried Little Red Riding Hood as she disappeared into the darkness of the wolf's belly. Tired from his meal, the wolf climbed back into Grandma's bed for a nap. A huntsman, passing the cottage, heard Little Red Riding Hood's cry. He quietly opened the door and saw the sleeping wolf. "At last! "I've caught you, you old rascal," the huntsman said, noticing the wolf's bulging stomach and that no one was in the house. The huntsman knew something was wrong. He quickly snipped open the wolf, and out popped Little Red Riding Hood, whose cloak was a little bit wrinkled. A few more snips, and out jumped Grandma, who stretched and complained that it was dark and cramped inside the wolf. They were both happy to be free again. Little Red Riding Hood gathered some stones. The huntsman filled the wolf's stomach with them, and Grandma sewed the beast back up with a few quick stitches. The weight of the stones killed the wolf before he could wake up and cause more trouble. The huntsman walked Little Red Riding Hood home. As she waved goodbye to Grandma, Little Red Riding Hood promised never to wander into the woods alone or talk to strangers again. The end. And that was Little Red Riding Hood. All right, everybody, it's time for the sing-along. We're going to be singing 5 Little Monkeys Jumping on the Bed. Is everybody ready? All right. 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." 4 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped her head. Papa called the doctor and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." 3 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." 2 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped her head. Papa called the doctor and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." 1 little monkey jumping on the bed. He fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, "Put those monkeys straight to bed." All right, everybody, there will be a link to that song in the description below. There will also be a link to a paper plate wolf graft. And there's also a link to a Hoopla recommendation, to Fairy Tale Phonics Little Red Riding Hood, which I found to be a very fun story. All right, everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.